I know y'all niggas is mad because those of you on Facebook that had me shut down this week. Now I got past. I was able to do my Monday show, but there was some stuff that was popping off that I really. Did you bring Block to go? That I really want to talk about. But Tom, because y'all want to be so darn messy and get me blocked on Facebook, I couldn't even do it. But I'm here now. And you can't never get me blocked again. I ain't gonna get into that because then y'all niggas be trying to find out how to get me got again. But anyway, you're locked into Larry Reid Live, and it's a pop-up show because something done popped up that I want to talk a darn about. Tell your mama, tell your daddy, naughty darling, every darn body that I am on, and we're gonna talk about gospel singer James Fortune. We're going to talk a little bit about his ex-wife, Cheryl, and the new wife, Kelly, and all of the stuff that has went down online this week. The conversation been happening, and it's been happening without me because I couldn't say nothing. But now I can say something, and you will be able to call in tonight and tell me what you think about what has happened. Let me tell you, he got a new wife and a new baby. Some of you may be saying, okay, who is gospel singer James Fortune? I'm going to tell you who he is. I'm going to catch you up. So go ahead and tell all your friends here on Facebook and Periscope and YouTube that I'm on. I'm going to update you because this story starts back all the way to 2004. Wait a minute. What, this 18? This is a 14-year series of events that I'm going to have to catch you up real quick. So you got to pull close. Come on. Pull real close. I'm going to catch you up. Now, I am going to say this at the top of today's show. I'm in media. And media means we talk about what is going on. And one of the ways that every blogger, vlogger, TV show that covers current topics or whatever, the way that we keep sponsors and keep our money going is that we're talking about whatever you're talking about. And we always share whatever's going on with people in the public. And gospel singer James Fortune is a public figure. Now, he might not be as much public as it need to be for some of you that are watching me, but you know, if you just listen to me, I'm going to make you feel like you know him really, really, really good, but you got to listen. Now, have you texted everybody? Have you sent out the link into Facebook and all that now through the direct message? Because I'm about to get started. Bring them over. Here he is. Da-da-da-da. Now, them contacts, so that's his real eyes. How you know? You seen them? We saw him in person. James Fortune, I'm so sorry that I don't remember seeing you in person. Oh, yes, I do. 2000, him, Isaac Curry, and all of them was acting like 15-year-old children. And I talked about y'all. It just came to my mind. I was sitting there with my singers. They're at Carlos Hale. Huh? What's the Limelight, Kendall? Oh, I don't know that name place, but Carlos Hale in gospel music is one of the popular promoters, put on eventers kind of people, radio personality, And he put this thing on in the Stellar Awards. What year was that? Was it 14 or 15? 14, wasn't it? 2014, and so we had to sing, and they were there to sing too. But of course, we sang earlier than them because they bigger and more known at the time than we was, and still is. So what was I gonna say? That's when I seen y'all over there laughing, cutting up. They were acting like high school children, and I said, these are some fools. And as a career, I said, this grown hind man, I mean, turning jokes, I mean, really cutting up. Now, I'm all for having a good time and telling jokes, but I just thought they were acting like children because I do remember that night. So anyway, them is his real eyes. Those are not contests. Anyway, James Fortune career was like anybody in the gospel music industry would have loved to become a James Fortune. James Fortune, before this second conviction or plea deal that was related to some kind of violence towards his family in 2004, it was towards his stepson. It said that he poured hot water, I think it was. And all of what I'm saying is alleged. Alleged all over this show through here. Well, in 2004, it was said that he poured some hot water on a little boy, 2004. Then, and 10 years later, 2014, it was said that he took a vanity stool, a bar stool, knocked Cheryl Fortune upside her head, broke a whole bunch of bones. And she went to the hospital, and he got in trouble. Later on, he got convicted. Well, prior to, in that same, he was on the radio, WLIB. Yeah, WLIB. You know Skip Dillard. Skip Dillard PD up there. How you doing, Skip? Skip, nice man. Nice man. Skip Dillard, you know, it's WLIB and WBLS. You know, got the gospel side, the urban side is like the biggest. It was the MS Communications, the biggest radio network, I would say, in America. Some people would say Radio One. I don't know. But anyway, working for them, had a show. You remember, there would be no Willie Moore Jr. on the gospel show, because first it was the James Fortune show. That's who it was. The James Fortune show. Hold on for a minute. Let me get this right. Was it Yolanda? Did he take Yolanda Adams' place? No, that's not. I'm mixing it up with somebody else. James Fortune came on at night. Yolanda Adams was in the morning. That's right. And James Fortune was in the evening, holding it down. Holding it down. It was brand new, fresh. He was the Willie Moore before Willie Moore was Willie Moore. Then when all this broke off near the end of 2014, I think the crime date was October 2014. Now y'all remember Deidre Haddon and Demeter. It was all over the internet, still up there. Deidre Haddon and Demeter. He had interviewed Deidre Haddon April 2014, because him and Demeter, they broke up, and Deidre had that baby. We still don't know what the truth is. I still don't know. I won't know till I ask him. But the blogs, you don't know what's what. But anyhow, he said something, she said something. They were fussing the back and forth. He said some stuff in interviews, and she said some stuff. And so when he got Deidre Haddon on his show, he asked him. He said, he congratulated him on his new marriage. Ain't it amazing how just stuff changed? Because he interviewed him then about his marriage, and the first question was about what you had said concerning your marriage, and he was congratulating him on the new wife. Fast forward 2014, 2018, bam! It hit the internet. This picture, well, first of all, let's show the video that hit the internet. This what hit the internet just days ago. And I'm going to catch you up. I skipped some parts of the story. I'm going to catch you up to some story. This is where you can find out the reason why the gospel community is in such an uproar, because he has a new wife. And this is behind all the allegations that we never figured out what the truth was. We'll get to that. But this is what hit his Instagram. Bam!
What was it about your new wife that made you say, I do again?
It was. I didn't know if I would ever say I do again, but honestly, it was the way that she was able to love me exactly the way I needed to be loved. We kind of both, hooked up in a traumatic experience, because I had gotten a phone call. Her mom's a pastor. I had gotten a phone call that she was, they didn't know if she had been killed or she was in a very bad car accident. And so she had to be cut out of the car. One of the police officers had actually even announced her dead on the scene. So what happened, I went to visit her. That visit, we just, I was kind of there for her. I was going through, it's about 3 years ago, I was going through. She was dealing with that. So I was taking her to therapy. She couldn't walk. I was carrying her. So it grew out of that friendship. And, from that friendship developed, and we, started dating after that. And, I asked her to marry me, and we just did it. We didn't have a big wedding or anything. Her mom, like I said, is a pastor. So we just went to Cancun. Her mom
didn't invite me, Med, or Willie.
Just lovely. Lovely, 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 lovely. I think that was lovely. So when I seen this hit the internet, I was like, oh, Lord, that is so nice. He done got married all over again. Congratulations. So I took that video And this is why I try to tell y'all, you need to like the Larry Reid Live Facebook page. If you ain't got no Facebook page, you need to get one. But let me tell you, all of you that's watching me, the hundreds of you watching me now on Facebook, you need to make sure you got a YouTube account, because if Facebook ever shut me down, I'm going to be going live over there because YouTube love me. That's the link right there, youtube.com/Larry Reid Live. Shout out to the YouTube family over there that be donating and be talking. And tonight while I'm in the show, I'm going to make a few of you that I've been watching that's on every show, I'm going to make you moderators so you can watch them niggas that's over there saying all kind of crazy, shady stuff. So anyway, when I saw the video, I posted it to the Larry Reid Live page. I said, this is so nice. He done went and got him another, his life is going on about his business. He done got him a whole nother wife, and life is going real good for him. Oh, this is so well. I hope he ain't able to come back, and do real good in gospel music. Cause you remember about a year and some change ago, he went to Tasha Cobb's big service, and a clip went viral when he was up there talking about that he was trying to kill himself and he wanted to kill himself. You remember that? I think that made the show at the time. Well, see, one of the reasons why I wanted to do and talk about this tonight, because I was on the radio in 2012. And when this stuff popped off in 2014, I think I was still going back to that radio station and doing some shows here and there. And I lightly talked about it, but I didn't really get to talk about it the way that I want to. But now I got my own show, digital streaming show and radio show, so I can talk about it up here all I want to. So when I posted it earlier this week, I didn't even know that it had been posted on a friend of mine, and I use friend lightly. But I do like him, and he's a nice guy, and I've been there for him. He can tell you that story. He can tell his business. I've been there for him. I'm just a nice person, and I think he's a cool guy. He's funny as heck, really funny, and I must say that I find him very entertaining. And so they posted it on. I didn't know that he had posted it on his page, but I had already posted it on my page. This is what I said on my page. I said, I think it was great that he got married, and I asked the audience, what do you guys think? And then I began to pray, and I put in the caption, me praying, Lord, now I pray that you have fixed what was alleged about James Fortune's hands. Keep him from swinging, and if he does, give her the speed she needs, the duck and block, jabs and uppercuts. Bless them both. Amen. And so I'm just being myself. I post like that, got a little comedy, a little bit of shade, while we're reporting whatever going on. And I'm looking up under the comments, and I start seeing the comments going left. I'm like, well, why is everybody upset? So then I start doing Googleations, and when I'm doing Googleations, I'm pulling and then somebody sent me the link of what was on a guy's page that I know, and I went over there. And when I went, I'm talking about Tim D. Clinton. When I went over there, I seen hundreds of comments, and folk is going crazy. And one particular comment that stood out to me was James Fortune's himself. He began to fuss back at some of the people that were coming at him, talking about his new marriage and talking about the allegations from before. Now, let me get to the allegation before. Let me show you who this woman is right here. This woman right here that's coming up on the screen is Cheryl Fortune. Now, I think she now go by Cheryl Thomas. I don't know if she done got married. I bet not find out she done went and got married. She ain't went and got married and told nobody. So what now? Or maybe it's a maiden name, but I know now she go by Thomas. But she gonna be Cheryl Fortune until times get better. Right here, the LRL. Well, this is the one that got beat upside the head, and it's a shame. Broken bones, beat all the way up. And from what I understand, it was not the first time she got beaten. She got beat and beat and beat, and they told some folk in the church and some of the folk they were dealing with, and they were trying to talk to James and get his head together way back when. This is before, well before. But she said by her own confession on the interview I saw today with Sister, she said she wasn't ready to leave him at the time. So before we start grilling James, let's look at this situation. So here you have Cheryl Fortune, and from what I understand, she was one of the forces behind a lot of his music when it comes to writing, comes to arranging. Here she is. living her dream in music. Cause mind you, she has went on to do very well in the gospel music industry, sing with Kurt Franklin, I think. And I seen her on the tour one time ago, and her opening up for some acts and this, that, and the other. So she's living her dream. She got light skin, funny color eye, black man. You know, a lot of black women love them black men that got them funny color eyes. So here she got her funny color eyes, high yellow man. You know, they in gospel, they doing good. He got a show, so she living her dream, but he going oops upside the head here and there. And so she, you know, just taking it, you know, get her balance back. And then she would just keep on going. But it just got too rough. 2014, he took a vanity stool, allegedly. Now, getting back to Tim Clinton page, this is where he spoke up because some guy named Doc something, he said something about him beating her upside the head with a stool. He comes back and said, I have never hit any man or woman with a stool or anything else. So when I seen that, he said, you go tell your mama I said eat meat. But he deleted it. But everybody had screenshotted it by that time. I done tried to tell you, I don't know what y'all think about this whole. Everybody's screenshot ministry is it's at a high level. You don't tweet it, don't text it if you don't want to screen grab because it's gonna get got. And he told her to go eat a meat or eat some meat. Well, I don't know what that means. You know, I don't know that's a normal term. It's a dig. Eat a meat.
I don't know if it was dig or.
What does that mean? Eat a meat. I mean, is he talking about a penis? They were talking about like go suck a penis. Well, can you do Googleations and find out? So we find out. Somebody up under here tell us about the man. But anyway, and so that was screen grab that was put out, and he fought back. So then I began to do my research, and so I had to go back to 2014. Well, in 2014, let me tell you what happened. A plea deal was done because what happened was it had been said, and I'm reading off a line now. It had been said that he had poured some scalding hot water on his 4-year-old son. I think this was his stepson. Either he poured it on him or he put him in it, and it was over 40%. Okay, put James Fortune because this what I'm saying ain't going with what the visual. No, put both of them up there. There you go. It was over 40% of his body. Yeah. And he said that it was punishment for coloring at school on a table at preschool that's what the prosecutor said. And he was sentenced to 6 years probation because he done the plea deal. Now, I don't have an interview with James. After I heard about this new baby and this new wife, I did reach out to him, and I reached out to some folk that said they do know him. I ain't heard nothing back. So I'm just going on what the blogs have said, the articles online have said, and whatever I want to say and whatever you want to say is what we're going to say. But we're going to talk to them about it because y'all been talking about it anyway. Oh, eat a meat means eat a penis? You sure? How many folks say that? Ow! Wait a minute. James Fortune, you told somebody on the internet. Okay, he must have been really bothered. It's properly the term eat a penis. Eat a D word. I try not to say that, but it slip out sometimes, you know, because we got everybody watching. I got the real churches, saved folk, and then I got folk that's atheists, and then folk, you know, that's in hip-hop communities and folk in the church community. I try to just talk in a way where everybody can just hear me without getting too much in their feelings. So he basically told somebody to go eat a penis. He said, tell your mama to eat a penis. Wait a minute, James. Hold on. Now clearly he got a flip switch, and he's still working on it. He done had 2.5 years of therapy though. But anyway, so let me get back to the thing. 2004. So the boy got 40% over the body. So he done a plea deal and got 6 years of probation. Fast forward, vanity stool, upside Cheryl head. Then after went upside Cheryl head, he was going to court, and then he done a plea deal again. Now, when he done this plea deal, he had 5 years probation, 5 days in jail, and 149 hours of community service. So for going upside Cheryl's head, breaking the bones, the sites I read said her bones were broken. I ain't talked to Cheryl and I ain't talked to James, but I did do some digging and I got some stuff to tell y'all. Okay. Okay, Janica said that. Thank you, Janica. LRL watcher. Okay. So he gonna plead deal, 149 hours, 5 days in jail, 5 years of probation. So that was 2014. So he still got 1 more year. You got 1 more year of probation and he gonna be totally free. So the new girl, put the new picture down. So the new girl has married James Fortune while he still got 1 more year probation from beating his last wife. Now that's some kind of love. She in love. Let me think about it again. So the new wife has married James Fortune and got pregnant and had a whole baby. I don't know if she had a baby yet, but I know her belly. No, I don't think they had a baby yet. Had they had a baby yet? She's pregnant. But anyway, pregnant while he still got a whole nother year for beating the last wife. Let's just let that sink in. Ain't nobody calling her stupid, because that's her life. If she in love, she in love. In fact, I'm happy for y'all. But I'm just looking at the facts. This is my job. I'm in media, so let me think. What I think about that? Yep, everybody deserves a second chance. But that blinking yellow light that say caution, that thing is the truth. I was just waited. What's wrong? Y'all women, sometimes y'all just, and God knows I am happy for James. And I pray to God. I mean, especially you talking about killing yourself, that's a sad thing. You know, I can't help but have some kind of empathy for him. But at the same time, I'm talking to the woman. Her name is Kelly. That's her name, Kelly. Now, her page on Instagram was open when all this first happened. But then when I went back to prepare for the show, it had been made private. So I know she wasn't going to accept mine. So I ain't even asked. But her name is Kelly. I don't know what her last name is. You can't find nothing about her on Google. James must told her to block your page and do so right quick, fast, and in a hurry. But Kelly, if you happen to see this, I want you to think just a little piece. I'm not telling you James have not changed. James has had 2.5 years of therapy. He found out, he studied the 18, ways to, domestic violence, how you abuse somebody. And he found out about 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. He said to get himself together was about power and control. And he had been this abusive person all this long time. And that he was really toxic in the relationship. He apologized. He went on every platform, radio, apologizing, saying that I am an abuser. He took another plea deal, which basically admits, all the time it don't mean that, but admit at least that he did go upside her head. He just didn't do it with a stool. It was just with his hands. Because he said he was physically abusive. He did admit to that, but that was not the only abuse that he gave onto Cheryl. So, I'm not saying, Kelly, that he ain't changed. But that yellow light, this right here just give me that yellow light. The boop, that thing where it blinks and look both ways before you cross. And you might need to come to a stop because something else might be coming. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, that's all I got to say about it. Do you get what I'm saying? You don't get what I'm saying. Yellow light. Yellow light. That's what it's a little caution. There's a little caution. That's all I want to say about that. Don't know nothing about Kelly. Now, in this picture, she looking Shirlish. Put that picture up there, Shirley and Jane. Don't she look Shirlish? She looks Shirlish. We're not saying that. Yeah, Shirley is a little thicker than her. But she looks Shirlish to me. Maybe it's just, I don't know, she looks Shirlish. I mean, but he just got a type. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Now, back to that picture. Now, I want to show you what he said. I think he called into Radio 1. I think he's talking to Crystal Lee here. That's what I heard, the voice I heard. I would have to verify that. I would have to hit somebody up over there to verify that, but I don't think it's that important as it relates to this story. But let me let you hear. It's the one beside that. The one that says radio.
We just played that.
You didn't just play that. You played announcement.
No, I played the radio one.
Hold on for a minute, Kendall. No, you didn't. I just watched it. When you let me run the show, you didn't just play the radio one. You didn't. You played the one beside it, announcement.
I played the radio one first.
I just watched it. You didn't, Kendall, because you were showing pictures.
I played the radio one first.
You did? You were supposed to play the announcement.
Because we were talking about James Fortune and Kelly. So I said, well, you said James Fortune and Kelly or whatever, so I played the radio one.
You done messed up my whole show, nigga. You supposed to play the announcement video. That's why I was clapping my hands and stuff. You know I wasn't even listening while it was going on. So you played the video where it looked like them. He was talking about her. Mm-hmm. Well, y'all done heard the video, but let you play the announcement. I said, then this hit the internet. When I said, that's how I set it up. You should have been listening.
Say announcement.
I did. I said, and this is what hit the radio, hit the internet. Now let me play. I'm gonna play for you what hit the internet. What you heard earlier was Crystal Lee, and I thought I was setting that up. This is what James put up that made everybody talk. Yes, that one. This is what you played earlier.
When
Do the clap again. Not screw my mess up. I seen this announcement video. I put it on LRL page and everybody was commenting about it. The thing I played earlier was when he called in to talk about his wife. Now this is the thing. When he said, and this is so tedious because on the interview he was saying how his wife he got now knows how to love him, and this the thing that he questioned Deidre Hatton about. You go Google it. Just type in Deidre Hatton and James Fortune radio show on YouTube. It'll come up, and right in the first 5 minutes, that was a thing that Deidre Hatton was apologizing about. He said because the way that he said what he said about his new wife, what's that girl name? Dominique. The way he said what he said about his new wife casted his old marriage in a light like she was nothing. It was terrible. And he restated that it was not all bad. That's what Deidre Hatton did on the show when James Fortune was interviewing him. But now the thing done switched now. And he done did the exact same thing. He ain't learned nothing from Deidre Hatton, if you ask me, because the way he said what he said when he was talking to Crystal Lee, I think that was her, it made it sound like that Cheryl, put both of their pictures up. It made it sound like that Cheryl, his marriage with Cheryl, that she was just nothing. James Fortune, I need for you, listen to me. Thank God for your new wife. Thank God for everything that the Lord is doing in your life right now. God bless you. We love you. You talented. You've done a great, marvelous work. But now listen to this rebuke and correction. Take your yellow hind back on your Instagram and Facebook, and you make a statement about how Cheryl, the mama of your children, the years that you had with her were great years where you learn, and you say something to where you speak positive about this woman you done beat upside your head. Because the way you said what you said on that radio station you posted on your Instagram makes it sound like that this new woman just know how to love you right. So you won't never beat her upside the head like you did her because she treats you better than Cheryl did. So you got to fix that. Fix it. Fix it right now. Quit looking at me and go fix it. What is that? Yeah, I'm going to play the radio thing again since Kendall messed this up. And I'm sorry, Kendall, about fussing and hollering because you know I love you. And no, that's not... Somebody says, is that the reason why Buddha left? No. Buddha went got his own place. First of all, I won't pay him anymore. I couldn't afford to pay him no more. He went and got him a job. He doing really good. Just talked to him yesterday. He doing really, really good. And he working his life and his vision. Can y'all please let us have our own separate brands, please? Let us have our own separate brands. He's still helping. He's still helping and doing stuff with folk everywhere. He's doing fine. Now you go tell him how much you love him over there. Now let us keep our brands separate. We family. We always gonna be family and friends. But we doing two different things now. All right. So here's the thing that he said. I'm playing it one more again. Go.
What was it about your new wife that made you say, I do again?
So, it was. I didn't know if I would ever say I do again, but honestly, it was the way that she was able to love me exactly the way I needed to be loved. We kind of both, hooked up in a traumatic experience because I had gotten a phone call. Her mom's a pastor. I had gotten a phone call that she was, they didn't know if she had been killed or she was in a very bad car accident. And so she had to be cut out of the car. One of the police officers had actually even announced her dead on the scene. So what happened, I went to visit her. That visit, we just, I was kind of there for her. I was going through, it's about 3 years ago, I was going through. She was dealing with that. So I was taking her to therapy. She couldn't walk. I was carrying her. So it grew out of that friendship. And, from that friendship developed and we, started dating after that. And, I asked her to marry me and we just did it. We didn't have a big wedding or anything. Her mom, like I said, is a pastor. So we just went to Cancun. Her mom
didn't invite me, Med, or Willie.
Okay, now. So you see what I'm saying? Now, did you see what I'm saying? What, James, listen to me. And anybody friends with him, you tell them what I said. Now, I was married for 20 years. No, hold on. I pastored for 20 years. I was married for 18 years. I'm telling you what I know. Take your black, yellow, with your hand, it ain't black. Take your yellow hind. Well, it is black. This is the high yellow black. It's like it's house nigga color. What I call house niggas. Take he's a hippie man. I remember seeing him in Stella Woods. He got hips. Take your yellow hips on Instagram and you make a statement or get on the radio, something that praise this woman right here. Sure, I don't even know her. And let me talk about this part because this is important. Cause I see some of y'all saying, he was just praising his new wife and that, but you got to think. Okay, you can't talk on something you don't know about. Larry Reid was married 18 years. 18. I got 2 children. My ex-wife is remarried now. I know all of the emotions that both parties experience in a divorce. How much so when the divorce is because the daddy beat the mama? Do you know how much is in the last thing? I think he do have a son. And the last thing, and a daughter, the last thing he need to do is make them feel like, by accident, make them feel, or Cheryl, who have to take care of children, I think they stand with her, make them feel any kind of crazy feelings. This is sensitive. You can't put Jesus on top of this and the Holy Ghost and gospel music and we're just going to go far, and God bless. Because James' life is going to keep going. He's talented. He's in the industry. He makes good music. Somebody love it. So he's going to be fine. But you got Cheryl here who has been assaulted and got kids to raise, and she got her own thing to do. Ultimately, he gonna be better off than her. Come on now, let's just go here. I mean, except God intervene. he gonna be better off because it's James Fortune. Come on, it's James Fortune. It's James Fortune. It's James Fortune. So he gonna be better off. So you just gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. I'm telling you what I know. See y'all like that, you know, because I know how social media is. Y'all can have all these opinions, but you ain't got no qualifications. I am living this right now. So James, what I'm telling you, you better listen to what I say. You need to do it publicly. You best do it privately. Just check. You just gotta make sure you don't be casting her no bad light. You done beat her. You can't cast her in no bad light. You gotta talk her up. I know you gotta make this new woman your new baby. You got a new life. I understand all that, but she need to also understand and respect the mother of your children in your past marriage, who you gonna be with, cause she can go on by her business. Well, she done got a baby now, so you stuck with her too for the rest of your life. You better not come to him in no third marriage. I know you better not do that. Cause this show enough gonna be like a R&B artist and a rapper with 459 baby mamas. Okay. Now let me go a little bit further about something that bothered me. Now this is alleged, and what I'm about to say is not on the internet, to my knowledge. What I'm about to say is alleged. What I'm about to say is allegedly, but it's been verified through a few sources. And this is my concern, because like I told you, when I heard about this, I was very excited. I'm very happy for him moving on. Y'all better be happy for me when I get me a new wife, when I get me a new boo, when I'm going on. You need to be happy for me too. But our little disturbing down in my spirituals when I heard this, and I'm about to speak it. And I really don't like coming forth with information that ain't already on the internet viral. But this is alleged, and I really need for y'all to find out so we can have a conversation. Now, what I heard in the interview, I don't know if it was in that clip, 'cause I couldn't hear it in here. In fact, I got to ask what's the name, how to make it where I can hear it in here at the same time. I know it's just a cord or something. He said that they met, or their relationship went this direction when she got in a car wreck, because the girl who he married, I guess, come from a good family. I think her parents are pastors. So he went over there. How he met her. That's real beautiful in the background. Is that green screen, or are they for real there? For real? That water, what that water look like that? That Dubois? No, I've been to a few islands. I ain't said that's a different. That's sky blue. That ain't no water blue. It could be over there on the other side on St. Martin. Could be over there in Bahamas, Montego Bay. Anyway, so he said that she got in a bad car wreck, went over there, and the car wreck, when they done that, is how their relationship started going this direction. But that ain't what I heard, and that's not what I was told. That's not what I was told. Now this is what I want to do. And somebody will say, it ain't your business. It ain't your business. Oh, I got something else to tell y'all too. Oh, it's Cancun. I want something else I got to tell y'all too, because I wanted to know how. Because when James done all of that stuff and beat them upside the head and stuff, he released a single CD that same year, and his appointments got canceled. They were saying, we don't want no felon in here coming singing that folk, because that was a felony charge, and folk, he suffered. And so I began to ask some industry people in the radio Those you don't know, I do gospel radio promotion. So I asked about 10 PDs, MDs, and radio for gospel radio owners. And I asked, when somebody get charges or has the questionable character becomes public, does that affect how they play their music? And for those you don't know, if you're a writer and you're an artist, them playing your music playing on national radio, you get paid. After your 300 first spins, you start getting checked for it, royalty checks through your aggregator. And I'm just gonna say that the answers varied. Some would never have nothing to do with you again, will never spin your record. Some was, well, it depends. It's the kind of person that sings about holy, 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 living right, doing right, and then they found doing something crazy. Or just somebody that has a grace message. And James Fortune, I would have to say he has a grace message. It's always about, oh God, I'm coming up my sin, and I love you, Lord, and I'm coming back to you. So this sort of go with his narrative. Oh, I slipped and I busted upside the head with the stool, Lord. And I need for you to grab hold of these hands and keep me from busting her upside the head. No more uppercuts. He's able. He's able. So let's sort of go with the narrative. Lord, I forgot. How did I get off of that? I was talking about something else before that.
Talking about the juiciness.
Okay. So that's what the radio PD said about that, because I want to know about that. So I done told y'all that part. So that took about 30 minutes off the show. So I'm almost through. So I was explaining this. When it comes to my job in media, because hundreds of you are watching me now because I'm entertaining. You like whether you like the topic, da. In order to keep that happening, I have to bring it. So I'm gonna share this, and I'm gonna need your help in verifying, because I want to know. And if you are a public figure, don't y'all? I can hear y'all say, "Go ahead, spill it." You wait. I'm gonna tell you, and you need to be right here for it, because it may change. It's messing with my view of this whole thing a little bit, because I told you I'm in favor of the marriage. I'm in favor. And the moving on, which is life. When you are in the public eye, somebody said, it ain't none of our business about him getting married and having a new baby. He shouldn't, he ain't got to tell nobody. Well, that's a lie. That's not true. When you in the public eye, well, I'm not going to say it's not true, but let me offer this other train of thought. When you're in the public eye, and the public is the reason why that you are what you are, you're going to have to share some stuff. Do the best to keep what you can privacies, but you're going to have to share some stuff because you're in the darn public. And if you done beat your last wife upside the head and you got this new wife, our first question is you better? Have them hands been relaxed? Are you still quick with the hands? Have you worked on your anger? Because that's why a lot of people are asking up on the comments. That's why I'm doing this whole show. Aside from the fact that I want to talk about anyway, because I was on the radio last time this happened. So I don't get mad at me because I'm talking about, I'm doing my job. Ain't not gonna stop you from doing what you're doing. Okay, now this is the thing. And I want y'all to know what y'all think. This is what I heard that sort of bothered me about. I just got some questions. I heard from a reliable source. I ain't gonna say who the source is, but one of them sources that right next to the, right there at it. Now what they said, I'm gonna take my glasses off of them. What they said was that Kelly was a family friend for some years. That's what they said. And I said, I said, what? What you said? Say, yep. That Kelly, ain't no such thing as you meet or got together and just make like God just done something after the wreck. No. You not gonna Israel hutting us and make us think that you ain't no Adrian before you got rid of your last wife and y'all want already going out to some concerts and stuff and was friends. You not gonna do that. Because you already know this girl. Now the question is this. Because he allegedly knew this here woman, Kelly, before his last marriage ended, like Israel Hutton, allegedly it was said. Also Deidre Hatton, allegedly it was said. We in the gospel community stuff tonight. Does that make it wrong? Because it's possible you can meet somebody, it didn't happen to me like that, but it could be possible that, because those of you that know me and my ex-wife's story, there was a little space in there. We was like not together, and then I asked another woman to marry me that we cut off. We still friends today, but I didn't meet her before while I was still married to my ex-wife. So my question is, what y'all think about that? Because when I heard this, and it could be a rumor and a lie, but that rumor, that's why I try to be so careful with this this job I'm doing, because once I say it out of my mouth, it get in your head. So next time you see the person, you're like, now Reid said. That's why I be careful what I'm saying. I had to check this. I had to check this. I checked, and it just seemed like that this is the truth. That this girl here, he knowed already. Then see, that's why we got to go back to that statement he said out there on the radio thing, talking about she loved me, she knew how to love me like Shirley knew.
She was never a part of the fire group.
I don't know if she was ever a part of fire. I don't know that. I don't know. That very well could be it. I don't know. But I was told that he been knowed her when he was married. Been knowed. Now, but when I heard it, I was like, okay, now, hold on now. Because I don't like that kind of going on. This is my personal belief. Put the number down. I know somebody won't call. It's just my personal belief. I don't like that kind of going on. They don't make it wrong. They don't make it right. That's just what I think. And I want to know what you think. I want you to know what you think about this whole new baby, new marriage been popped up on us, and we ain't seen them date or nothing. Some people say they knew. And when I look back before she blocked her page on Kelly page, January 2017, they have a picture they side by side like that. So like that. So so there was something going on by the years, some change ago. And clearly because it's a darn baby. So I want to know what y'all think. Y'all went off online about this whole marriage. Y'all do know that. That's how we got this show. So I'm gonna give you the opportunity, 2 minutes. Tell me your name, where you're calling from. Give me 2 minutes on whatever you want to say concerning this. We're gonna hear it. We're gonna talk a little bit more, and that's gonna be the end because it's late. This is all kinds of late. All right. While the calls are loading, I'm gonna be looking at what you guys are saying. Somebody said she was what? Oh. Okay, somebody said makes sense to me. That's why her mom will call him when she had the accident. Well, all right. Okay, let me go ahead and take some of these calls that's coming in. Caller ending in 3680. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your statement on the James Fortune thing? 6380. I'm sorry.
Allen. D. Allen.
What city?
Calling from Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia.
Okay, go ahead on. What's your comment?
Well, my comment is, I believe that he's a gospel singer.
I can hear you. Keep talking.
Oh, okay. Well, I just believe that he's a gospel singer, yes, but he's human as well, and I don't believe that you have to be perfect to be a gospel singer.
Me neither.
Gifts come, like they say, gifts come without repentance. So I believe that he is gifted. God gave it to him. Let's appreciate the gift, but still realize that he's a human being. And he's subject to error. So hey. That's the way
Agree.
I believe.
Okay, I agree with that. He's subject to error. I agree with that. Absolutely. All right, thank you so much for calling in. And those of you that are on YouTube, thank you so much for your donations. It helps us in what we're doing here. We're trying to build out our studio. All right, caller ending in 9741. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your comment on the James Fortune situation?
Hi, Larry. This is Tanya.
What city, baby?
A couple things. Austin, Texas.
Okay.
Okay, a couple things. So, first of all, when you said that he already knew her, it's obvious. If you listen to the recording, he said, so she had a car wreck. Her mom or pastor, whatever, they called me. So how would they know him? And why would he just jump up and go there? So obviously they were already friends or whatever. So that's already known right there. And the second thing is, you're right. He needs to apologize to Cheryl because I don't know if you remember, but before he became very popular, remember they were homeless. He gave a testimony about him being homeless in a hotel with Cheryl. They went through, financial problems for a while, and she hung in there with him. So why you burn the baby and do her like that? That's not right.
Okay, I hear that. I mean, listen, I respect everybody's point of view, and I hear what you say. I ain't know about them not staying in the hotel and stuff. Usually that first wife, when it comes to a visionary, that first wife is the one that's been there through the rough times. So I can believe what you're saying.
He gave a testimony about it. On one of the songs. I mean, and interviews. I mean, he talked about it, how they were putting the babies in the tub because the hotel only had one bed and they were trying to get privacy and how it was real rough. I mean, he talked about it. And then I'm going to tell you something else. When he first came out, he wasn't all that popular because everybody was saying that he was kind of copying Kirk Franklin style. And a lot of people didn't, weren't attracted to that at first. But he did become very popular because his worship had meaning. It had meaning, and he was very emotional with it. But that's how it was when he first came out. So I don't know why he did Cheryl like that, because Cheryl was there for him from the beginning. And see, I'm from Houston, Texas, so I met him. I've seen a lot of this.
You right there.
I've seen a lot of this, and I was in church with them and everything. And that's wrong what he did. That's wrong. But he knew that girl because he said, I got to call her mom's a pastor. Why are they calling you in the middle of the night? Because you're close.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much for calling in. This is making me look. I'm still happy for the marriage thing, but I am a little bit, worried how, and I guess it ain't his responsibility, but I am sort of concerned about how Cheryl feeling when I heard that woman that clip on how this new woman loved him the way he needed to be loved. That kind of going on. You gotta be careful with that. Caller in and 2150. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your comment concerning this James Fortune thing?
This is Queen. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Hello, Queen. I like the way you sounding.
I'm not going to judge anybody because it says judge not be, not judge, and all that good stuff. But women, well, first of all, I think this young lady that he married has been on a reality show. She just looks so familiar.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, he did apologize to his first wife when he beat her with the stool, allegedly, when they got back together and everything. I just feel that, when you get that new wife, it's all new and it's all pretty and everything. I feel sorry for her because I have been in an abusive relationship, and when they hit you, it was your fault, not theirs. You made them hit me. It was said, you made me hit you. And I don't believe in that. Oh, he loved me because he hit me. No, he hit me.
Queen, that language. That was another one of the reasons why I felt like he needed to make some statements concerning Cheryl, his first wife, because in that interview that I played for you guys, he says she know how to love me right, and that just to me it just sounded like I hit Cheryl because she won't doing me right. You know, that's
Thank you. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
You
Thank you so
picked
much
up on it.
thank you so much for calling in.
You're welcome, and I love your show.
I love you, and I love you for loving the show. Yeah, I didn't share that, but that's what I thought when I heard that. It just sounded like, he could not have meant that, but that's what I heard. All right. Caller ending in 1582. What's your name? Where you're calling from? You got 2 minutes. What you think about this James Fortune thing?
What's up, Larry? How you doing, man? This is Jason from Mississippi.
What up?
Man, you already know that whole story about the wreck, man. Like I said, I saw a comment that's James. He's the last guy I would want to see want me to visit in the hospital, man. It's just that they cut me out of the car.
Oh God. Yeah, I don't know. What you say you feel about the story though? About him coming to the hospital?
Well, man, like I said, I'm like I think the caller ahead of the one that just came on. I think it was all. I think that story is a lie, man. I think I agree with you. I think he needs to come out and apologize to his ex-wife, because like I said, he put it out. He kind of put it out there, that she basically wasn't nothing, man.
I mean, he didn't say
I think
that.
He on Instagram.
He didn't say that, but that's what it just read. And he never really came out to speak up for Cheryl. In every interview that I saw, one with Willie Moore, one with the one I just played with you guys, the one he done on 97 point something, The Beat, in 2016 when all of that happened, the one he did with like I said, Willie Moore in 2016, it was just, him taking ownership, him apologizing, him saying he got help. And he cried on air when he talked about how he had to talk to his kids, as relates to the relationship with the children, the mom of the children, I think something should be said, especially they in the same industry. Something needs to be said, to speak up for sure. I don't care what none of y'all watching and saying. That's what I think. That's just what I think. Thank you so much for calling.
I totally agree. Yes, sir.
Caller ending in 0635. What's your name? Where you're calling from? What you think about this James Fortune thing?
Yeah, this is Tafik. I'm calling from Los Angeles.
All right, Tafik.
I just briefly want to say, let he who is without sin, let him cast the first stone. Mm-hmm. I just don't think that we should be on here demonizing James Fortune when we haven't spoke about James Cleveland, Bishop Eddie Long, Kirk Franklin, Donnie McClurkin, and all that goes on with that. So I'm not going to even open that can of worms up.
Gotcha.
But I just don't think we should be on here bashing James Fortune about his shortcomings when we have the aforementioned names that did Lord knows what under the sun, under the church pews, and everywhere else. And that's all I got to say.
Okay, before you leave, let's talk about that a little bit. I agree.
Let's talk.
Huh?
Let's talk.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And like I said at the top of the show, maybe I didn't say at the top of the show, I don't believe that any leader, whether it is in the church, outside the church, I don't think nobody has to be perfect. Granted that if you're in a leadership position and you're a high profile, we do sort of expect you to be above the par morally or in your character. But the reality is that these are all human beings with flaws, so we're not going to kill James. We're not going to kill those people that you name, but when they do something or it becomes viral, my job in media, I'm going to talk about it and we can have a conversation. I'm going to let you guys call in and talk about it. So I hope, and I know how it can be in the comments up under here. I mean, everybody has their opinion, but I hope that nobody is bashing, and killing James. I hope not.
Yeah, because the thing about it is, I'm not gonna say what church I attend here in Los Angeles, but let's just say that there is nothing new up under the sun.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, with James Fortune allegedly being physical with his first wife, allegedly, I just don't think that we can overlook the fact that, once again, Reverend James Cleveland, Bishop Eddie Long, Kirk Franklin, who admitted all his shortcomings, and Donnie McClurkin, who is cured, right? Did you catch that? But like I said,
the way you said that.
I didn't get on here to be messy. I swear I didn't. But I just wanted to call and raise that issue with you, Reid. I enjoy your show, and I appreciate your commentary.
All right, thank you so much. God bless. Thank you so much, Lawyer for Change over there on YouTube for your donation. And I decided to make you a moderator. So if you see anybody in there that is saying anything crazy and funny, you can put them in timeout. You can delete them and block them. I just gave it the power. Use your power, Lawyer for Change. All right, so let me see what you guys are saying, and then that's going to be it. If I see another caller that I think I want to take, I will take it. But I'm going to see what you guys are saying, and then we're going to be done for the night. Oh, Lord Jesus. Oh, God. Yeah, so let's talk about humanity. Can you be a human, and also be in these kind of positions where people sort of want you to be perfect? I'm going to tell y'all something. When me and my ex-wife had our first 13-day separation, I was pastoring. Like I told you, I pastored for 18 years. When I done that, and I set every member down, because we ain't had probably like 70 members. I set about 75 was in there at the time. I set every one down, brought them into my office by families. Because that was basically my whole church was basically families. And I mean, at least 70% of the church was marriages. And I told every one of them, me and my wife, we're getting separated. Now, one woman, she said, Pastor, that ain't my business. I don't want to know about that. I said, what you mean? Say it ain't my business. You're just the pastor. I said, well, I just want to know, that we're having some difficulties, and she's moved out, and so this what's going on. I said, I just want to view you as perfect. I don't want to see you as somebody that have regular issues like me. Some people are like that, but that ain't that. I think we need to sort of give people a little leeway to be a human and make a darn mistake. All right. Let's go another one. Caller in and 5741. What's your name? Where you calling from? What's your comment?
Yes, how you doing, honey? This is Captain May, honey. I had a meeting maybe related to Medea, honey. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Okay.
All right. This is a new character, honey. But I just want to say I like the show, shout out to you. And I'm trying to address that. When Jesus spoke about, you without sin cast the first stone, it was between the two, sinners that thought they was better than each other. So the only person that can speak that is Jesus himself. But responding to your question, what you was talking about, everybody got the issues. We go through things. So like you said, nobody bashing nobody. So I just wanted to address that because some people use that in scripture a lot.
Oh.
It's not about, Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You say your name is Hattie, right?
Yes, Hattie. Hadey.
Okay.
Mae, M-A-E.
Okay, Hattie. So, Hattie, you just wanted to clarify that the whole quote of you without sin, with what Jesus said, ain't nobody else qualified to say that.
Exactly. He was talking about the two separate sinners. One was in tradition, doing tradition, and the other ones were, living another kind of way. And they both was fighting, saying one was better than the other. So some people get up there and say, oh no, only one, ye without sin cast the first stone. Jesus said, no, he was saying that because he was letting them know, all of y'all got sin. He said, I'm the only one without sin. He said, so I will put down my stone.
Gotcha.
He said, drop your stone. He was letting them know. Come on now.
Okay. All right, Hattie, got you. Thank you so much for calling in. But let me explain what I mean by when I say give people leeway. I'm not saying give people leeway to be abusive, to be these predators, to be these terrible people. But what I'm saying is that they're human beings. Oh, let me tell y'all this. And this is so serious to me. When I first started pastoring, I told you I pastored for 20 years. One of the things I despised was a man that beat a woman. Well, TB show, as God and them would have it, had a man come in there that needed my help that I started taking up under my wing. Old burly man, big old burly man. And his wife was taller than he was. Come to find out that he will whip, kick, and beat the snot out of his wife. But I didn't find this out until as I started working with him. I think it was through porn and some other stuff. You know, because I have my background is in my own personal abuse, and my degree is in one of my degrees is in counseling. So that's what I was doing with them. So a lot of times when I pastored, I was basically coaching, mentoring, and counseling all the time. And so, but I liked this dude. I mean, had a care in my heart for him. And then he told me that he was whipping his wife's tail. So here I was, because I hated that thing so bad, to where to me you are nothing. You are trash. I just think about if my daddy hit my mama. So if you know you hitting your spouse, I want to do with you. I had to work through I don't know what you would call it, but I had something in my spirit towards him where I couldn't even help him anymore because it was two different energies, because I felt a certain way towards him. So I had to, I'm glad for the opportunity, because that was something I had to overcome where I wouldn't judge people. And when I got to the root of it, kind of found out, he saw, that was how he reacted, and his anger, he would throw his hands. And that was his issue. Like mine was something else. That was his issue. Now, I'm not minimizing him beating somebody upside the head. I'm not. But I understood that was an anger problem. And he had self-control. He had to go through behavior therapy. You know, so when I say leeway, I'm talking about just consider the humanity, whether it's broken, twisted, vile, vulgar, whether it brings harm to themselves or others or not. We have to look at it for what it is. I'm not saying excuse it, but we have to look at it and say, okay, this is what they're dealing with. All right. So we're not going to bash nobody for whatever they're dealing with. And we can call a spade, though. We're going to do that. All right. I'm going to do this here call. I got my mouth dry. Caller in and in 2132. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you got to say about this James Fortune stuff?
Hey, Larry. This is Angeline from South Carolina.
Hey, Angeline. I like that voice you got there.
I'm not trying to bash him or anything, but I honestly feel like he is totally out of pocket. He was wrong for what he did. If this was the wife that you were with from the beginning, she was there for you when y'all were sleeping in hotels, she was helping you with your music, then there should be no reason for you to put your hands on her. Y'all got money, so I'm pretty sure y'all got more than 3 bedrooms that you could have went to go sleep in. Angry or not, and like I told my fiance, there is no divorce. You mad, go sleep on the couch, or I'm going to go upstairs. There is no putting our hands on each other. There is no continuing to argue. Take that steam, go sit down somewhere, and get your head together. Mm-hmm. He didn't have to put his hands on her, and he didn't have to burn her child if he was upset. There's ways around it.
Yeah, I agree. He said he had 2.5 years, what I saw, 2.5 years of counseling. He's in the better place. Still, he a little bit trigger happy because he was quick to tell somebody to go and suck a whole penis the other day when that man said, well, he done that real quick and deleted. I guess he called himself that therapy kicked in and said, let me delete this comment right quick. I hear what you're saying. Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, it's because of you I decided to do this show, because y'all were talking about it so darn much. This show comes on Mondays at 7 p.m. Remember this. If you see me, look for me. If you don't see me, don't look for me. What is it?
Why was his wedding and the baby a secret?
Why was James Fortune's baby and wedding a secret? Because he wanted it to be. That's my answer. That's the only thing I can figure. That's what I would ask. He went to the other radio stations about this new wedding thing. I guess they feel like it don't need to come to me. It probably scared too. And I don't blame him because I'm going to ask them a straight up question. Now, I'm not going to treat nobody bad that come on the show, but I'm going to ask you straight up questions. I'm going to treat you with respect because I want you to come on my show and give me an interview. But I'm not going to be, fake about it. I want to know. Let's get his last caller. Caller ending in 3102. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you think about this James Fortune thing?
Hey, this from Memphis. Hey, one lady said that his new wife looked like she was on a reality show. She looked like New York from Flavor Flav.
Wait a minute.
I love New York.
I love New York. What's her name? Her real name? I can't think of her real name.
Tiffany. Her real name was Tiffany.
Tiffany, that's right. Yeah, Tiffany.
Tiffany Kelly.
Yeah, she ain't no ugly girl.
Yeah, but nah, she ain't ugly. I was just calling to mess around with you all just to brighten it up. But
yeah, I know it was getting serious through there.
Yeah.
And they serious in them comments.
Let's keep him lifted up.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
Yeah, Tiffany Pollard. Yeah. Thank you so much for calling. All right, this last caller, this is gonna be it.
All right.
Caller ending in 8334. What's your name? Where you calling from? And what you got to say about this James Fortune stuff?
Hey, this is Carmen Larry.
Hey Carmen.
Inglewood, California in the house. Hey, I got a couple of things to say. What? How do they block you when so many of us watch you? I mean, how does that happen?
Well,
are you like a celebrity on there? How does that happen?
Facebook is his own world. Facebook is his own world. So if somebody doesn't,
they need to listen and get it together.
Okay.
That's number one. But the next thing, if you was done in the dark, they always say, comes to the light, right?
Mm-hmm.
If there was nothing shady about this, then nothing shady has to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Then you don't go off in the corner, in the cut, around the way, behind the wall, and then bust back out. And now here you come with this testimony, and here's this woman. She does look like Tiffany. I did think it was her. That's real talk. But here's the point. Because I kept saying, I know this girl. But anyway, here's the point. The point of the matter, I went right to Israel Hardwick. It reminded me of the same thing because they want to keep their status with the people. They want us to buy whatever they're getting ready to come out with. They don't want to hear anybody. They don't want to hear anybody's mouth. They don't want to come to you or somebody who's talking to the people. So they got to go in the cut around the way and do what they do and then come back and then try to sell us a bill of goods and get us to swallow something that ain't true. You know good and devilish well. I know you said you couldn't hear, but I heard. Why would anybody's parents call? If I got something happen to Carmen and I fell off the organ on Sunday, they're not going to call you. But if they call you, you must be my man. Are you hearing me what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
You hear what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
So if they called you for a reason. And I would not be opposed because Brother Man earlier about LA, I'm out here too. I know what he's talking about. So, I've been there, baby. I have been there. I can tell you the girlfriend was over here and the other girlfriend was over here because the wife was sitting up here. Don't mess with me. In proximity to the organ I was sitting on. So I'm just telling you, I know how that works. And they sell you a bill of goods. He's selling us a bill of goods, and we're not buying. And you know it's the truth. I'm a Larry Reid live listener, and I approve this message.
Thank you so much for calling, Carl.
Okay.
Well, that's what I said when I heard about that. I said, it make me feel a certain kind of way. It is, but ultimately, I'm happy that you're moving on. You're able to pick up the pieces. However, I do need for you to say something on social media about Cheryl and talk nice and be a little bit more forthcoming. Yes, Happy birthday, TT from Larry Reid Live. Okay, all of you on YouTube, make sure you tell TT happy birthday. This is her birthday. Somebody asked for me to wish her happy birthday. Please, if you're in the comment box, wish her happy birthday. Now, get back to this is what I'm going to say. I'm going to get off this here thing. I need for you to say something about Cheryl publicly. You ain't said nothing that I heard. I couldn't research it today and find it. Publicly about Cheryl like you did Kelly. Say what now? Yeah, let me talk to him. James, listen to me now. What I need for you to do is to take your yellow hand on social media and somebody interview and talk well about Cheryl Fortune like you did this Kelly gal. You can love her and your new baby and celebrate her, but don't you make like that Kelly love you so right and Cheryl love you so wrong. And that might not be what you meant, but I'm just saying what I heard. So I need you to get on social media and thank God for the mama of your children. She took a licking and kept on ticking. I mean make no light of, excuse me. But what you need to do, you need to do that. Now, you take that from me because I was married longer than you was. I'm divorced now like you is. But I ain't up there, talking about how my ex was this, that, and other. And that's the way you talking so pretty about Kelly and make it seem like Shirley ain't did nothing for you. So just do that. God bless your new life. We happy for you. Now get that together. All right. I think that is all I have to say about this. You said what you had to say. Before you sign off tonight, I want to make sure that I have all of you going to the Instagram, liking the Instagram page, watching the 1 minute videos over there, subscribe to YouTube in case Facebook get the devil in them again, and make sure you subscribe over there so you see when I'm live. Go over there and click subscribe. Hit that bell so you know whenever I'm live or when I put a new video up. And then last but not least, make sure you go wherever it say on YouTube, you click donation, you go to the main page, click donation, and y'all donate and support what we are doing here. All right. And this ain't the only thing we do. Somebody say, I ain't supporting Larry Live Entertainment. Well, we also do prayer and we also do spiritual education on Tuesdays, sponsored by the same network. So there you is. There you is. And you can buy a book. I got 3 books. You can buy gospel music from me and pop music from me. You can do a whole lot. You go over there and hit that donate button. Quit making an excuse. Let me go about my business. I got stuff I got to do. I love each and every last one of y'all. Bye. See ya.
They hate and speculating about that paper. I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them changes. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipate this. I feature. While they hate and speculating about that paper. I feature. Burn them eyes, make that fire move on higher. I feature. Bring fame to the name, make them changes. I feature. While they hate and speculate, anticipate this. Everybody dance around loud that you can't stop hard, put your feet on the floor. Ain't nobody fly like you, lift it up, turn around.